welcome back. It's the BTC man and Cryptogenics, my channel. Anyways, this weekend was a super chill weekend, so I did not do a post. I did do a edited version of my welcome, my first video, which did a lot, not a lot better, but did better than my first video, so that's super cool. I just basically broken down it to TA, so I made it where it was just straight out to it, and that's what I'm going to be doing with the rest of my videos, most of them. I'm going to also start implementing news onto it. There's the Modern Investor that does a lot of news stuff, and just basically journalist, basically just being a broadcaster. So I'm going to do that as well, so I can get more content out there and get my numbers up, so it's more material, because it's really hard to do a video every day when it's just kind of like going nowhere. So I'm definitely gonna implement that next side to my channel, the BTC man. So getting to the market cap, today we are a bit of red with just a little bit of a pullback. We got Bitcoin at 8,148, and 24-hour volume was $22 billion. Circulating Bitcoin is 18,158,000. That's some pretty good shit. Anyways, what else is like sticking out? SV, Bitcoin SV is up. SV is something that a lot of Bitcoiners, like hardcore Bitcoiners, are not into, saying it's fake shit and stuff. But for trading, which I have right here, it's some pretty money making gains. I was looking at Bitcoin Cash before and stuff like that, but I've never traded that. But this is something that definitely has some major gains in just the current last month. I mean, it went up 131%, 130%. Before that, if you caught on the very bottom, it went up 130%. And of course, the massive one was 406 right here. Look at that, 406. So, you know, I see this tapering down, and on the next run, I will be getting into Bitcoin SV, and I will before that happens, when it gets on the bottom, I will be doing a video on that, so I can just be letting you all know what's going on. Anyways, there's three things that can happen right now with Bitcoin. We have a huge resistance at 8,500. 8,500 was basically just top of the high that we had, so we need to break through that. And then from 8,300, we'll be popping to the 0.382 fib line, which is 9,800. So we need a breakthrough there. It's a lot of action that has to come in. But hey, I want it to, because I own Bitcoin and I am BTC, man. And then the bearish, which, hey, if it goes down, I would love to buy some more at low prices. I do not do cost averaging. I buy on the big dips. So I do probably the opposite of what a lot of you have been told, to just dollar cost average. I mean, if you dollar cost average in and you're buying at all these crazy points, I mean, it sucks. It's better just to buy on the major dips. When there's blood on the streets, everyone's tripping, that's when you buy. If you got the money, that's when you just, that's when you do the dollar cost averaging, when it's just on the bottom, or go all in. So bearish case scenario, we have 6,500 to 5,500. I mean 7,000s. We'll hit the low 7,000, which is the golden pocket. Then we would hit 6,500 and 5,500. I have an idea somewhere right here. Here we go. That he's a YouTuber. He actually busts this out too, and he's super bearish on this. He's looking at 3 hidden bearish divergences, as you can see right here. Price, RSI. So here's the RSI and here's your price right here. And a hidden bearish divergence is when the price makes a lower high, but RSI makes a higher high, which here you go, is the higher high is right here, and then the lower high, which is right here, lower high. Okay, so bearish divergence. So he's putting a question mark, could definitely come into play. And this is what I was been thinking, you know. This is what I see as if you saw my first video or my edited down first video, is it traveling down this descending channel. Back to the 6,500 area, 7,000, 6,500, and then down to 5,000. That's where I really want to buy at, around the 5,000s. Okay, with Bitcoin news, we have Bitcoin will surpass its all-time high in 2020, and this is a prediction by a BitPay exec. BitPay exec Sunny Singh predicts that an unforeseen event will take Bitcoin's price above $20,000. He points to looming global economic instability as a potential catalyst for the price of BTC, and that is a huge catalyst that can happen, where everyone's basically needing to run from their currency or the US dollar, and people are going to run to gold, precious metals, and cryptocurrencies. So I believe that's the end all to be all to basically take out cash. Because if you were a banker or government, you don't want cash anymore. You want to take cash out, and you want to know everything, where all funds are at all times, so no one can hide their dollar, their mighty dollar. And this chief commercial officer for crypto payment processor BitPay says that some unforeseen event will take Bitcoin's price beyond its all-time high in 2020. Now, what could that unforeseen event be? That must be a stock market crash, right? That has to be it. It would have to be a stock market crash and recession. And speaking in an interview with Bloomberg, Sunny Singh predicted that the price of Bitcoin would rise higher than 20,000 in 2020. And that would be surpassing December's 2017's all-time highs. While Singh was bullish on the outlook for BTC, he claimed the price catalyst was still largely unknown. He said, Singh provided a few historical trends to support price prediction, including the 2015 Greek sovereign debt crisis, which led to the massive gains for Bitcoin. And we have issues throughout of Europe right now with Italy and a lot of the countries in France, of course, with all of their protesting. And you have throughout Central and South America is having currency issues, and their markets are very, very weak. And I think this is the year where it's going to just get worse all over the world, right? So Singh provided a few historical trends in support his price prediction, including the 2015. Okay, we talked about that. He also pointed to the pump in adoption and attention towards crypto following last year's sudden announcement by Facebook to launch the digital currency Libra, which I'm going to do a full video on Libra, because Libra is a huge indicator. Whenever some huge news happens with Libra, Bitcoin bounces up. And you know, the problem with Libra is that the government doesn't want Facebook to control currency, right? They don't want that, because they want to do that. If anyone wanted to do it, would be the US government. I feel that Libra is just another catalyst, just as Bitcoin is. Bitcoin will always be there. You know, I'm the BTC man. I'm, you know, pro BTC Bitcoin, but it's a catalyst for you know, a United Nations, you know, one world currency. That's the bottom line. So Libra will be an introduction for a lot of the masses, just like how there in China everyone's paying by the phone. Facebook will be another catalyst for adoption, for everyone to adopt using digital currency, you know. And you know, if anything, a currency that's pegged to a dollar, so a stable coin, you know, that's going to be acceptable for the masses. A lot of people, in terms of the masses using Bitcoin, I don't think they would be so inclined to use that on a daily, you know. it's not, because you never know where that money is gonna, if it's gonna go up or down, you know. So for a lot of people, I think they would be afraid of that. But it's a store of value, it's gold. So Singh continued. I don't think people actually went and sold their GD stock and all that and bought Bitcoin. But I see what happens is just a little bit of people start buying Bitcoin, and that with technical trading really bumps it up and makes it go a lot higher, a lot faster. So that's pretty dope. I got 2 other articles that we're gonna finish up this video on, and this one is on News BTC, and here's why a visit to this key Bitcoin support level could spark a major rally. Bitcoin struggles to gain momentum as analysts anticipates near-term downside. Ooh, so this guy's talking that it can go down. I wanted to go right here. Will the dip to 9,000 help catalyze the next major rally? Although a dip below 8,000 appears to be overly bearish, Crypto Burb, another popular analyst, is nothing that Bitcoin can require a visit to the lower boundary of the bullish pennant. It is currently trading within 7,900, 8,000 area, right, which we know, before it can garner enough strength to surge higher. So here's his chart that he did. So yeah, he has a bearish, you know, in a bullish scenario going on here. Assuming that the low time frame map reference above proves to be accurate, the next visit to 7,900 could spark a major upwards movement that allows Bitcoin to climb towards its trendline breakout target at just below 8,500, which we talked about 8,500, right? And for the last one, we have Overstock CEO, crypto investments are ready for prime time, and this is on CoinDesk. Here we go, right here. I'm gonna move myself. Boom. Overstock CEO and Medici Ventures President Jonathan Johnson has been betting on crypto companies for most of the last decade. Now he believes these investments are finally ready to enter the real world. In an interview at the Digital Money Forum during CES 2020, Johnson talked about Medici's portfolio of companies and said many of them are shipping products. He still believes, however, the ecosystem is being driven by early adopters. There will always be early adopters who take it, and it will become more widespread. I think we're in the early adopter stage of product in production, not the widespread stage quite yet, he said, which is true. There are, you know, there are Bitcoin ATMs all around my area. It's crazy, you know, that accepts Bitcoin, which is crazy, but we're not there yet. Johnson believes the real value blockchain brings isn't quite clear, but it will be as the use cases become more visible. He sees companies like VOTS as leading the way in blockchain-powered solutions. It's understanding which problems the technology solves, he said. So for example, in a voting space, it's overseas voters, it's military personnel and their families, or it's disabled voters where the mayor has to have a compliance mechanism to comply with the Americans with Disabilities Act. Ultimately, he believes mass adoption comes from understanding. Blockchain technologies could solve those problems. So when these companies can explain the solution that they're providing, then I think it becomes more readily adopted, he said, which is true. You know, everyone's in the development stage of a lot of their products right now. It's just getting it to a place where the blockchain can work for the billions of people worldwide, right? And all the companies and all the integrations that it would all have to be able to connect. And that's why you have all these different companies like Chainlink and everyone else, right? So that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching my video, and I will be putting out another video just on current events, more news stuff, so I can get filler going on. But yeah, thank you, and I will talk to you guys soon. I'll see you in a little bit, probably in the next couple hours. Later. BTC man out.